prologue. The video you're about to see was shot about a week ago, and you can tell because my hair is short in it. I didn't upload it because it's got some personal information I wasn't sure if I wanted out there, but there's a paid video I'm getting ready to do, and I want to be able to refer to this video you're about to see because there's some connections. So enjoy it and then stay tuned for the afterword after the video. Welcome to Watch Symposium. I'm Austin. Let's talk about horology, psychology, and what's going on, at least in my brain, and very likely yours as well. All right. The hedonic treadmill is a term in psychology, and it basically describes our tendency to gravitate to a stasis, a sense of stasis, relative happiness, all right? Something bad happens, you lose your job. After a while, you get over it and you sort of return to that sense of equilibrium. Or something good happens, and while you're stoked at first, you level off, your happiness levels off, and you kind of go back to your normal happiness level. I guess equilibrium is probably a better way to put it. Now, as watch enthusiasts, we're in a constant search, okay? And so for us, stasis, equilibrium, is not really satisfaction. It's desire, okay? And the hedonic treadmill is pretty devastating when it comes to a collector who possibly achieves his or her goals or wants to be satisfied, because you can attain horological satisfaction with your collection, with your pieces. You can work 20 years and you can achieve what you've set out to achieve, but the hedonic treadmill will work its magic, and after a couple months, you'll return to stasis, and that's desire and wanting more pieces. And it's certainly the rule rather than the exception, okay? Are there exceptions out there? Perhaps, yes. The horologically enlightened, it's an ongoing challenge for all of us. But I want to tell you a little bit about what's going on with me, because seeing a real case study may at least just put your situation in perspective, okay? Now, I have the pieces that I set out to get. I've essentially accomplished my horological goals and gotten my grails, and I should be really happy. But desire works its way in. It's the hedonic treadmill in action. And let me tell you what I've been thinking about lately, all right? Well, I've been thinking about a 36 millimeter brand new 126000, the 36 millimeter OP, the bright blue dial. And I've been thinking about, is that the key to happiness? And then I thought about it, and I thought, well, I could probably go more expensive. Kermit. That's right. I actually was contemplating getting unpolished box and papers Kermit. It would have set me back 16,000 USD. Can I afford it? Probably not. But I called, I reserved it. I was going to go in, and I thought, is this going to satisfy you? And you know what? Would have for a month or two. And also, let's just be real about it. Would I have worn that watch? Probably not. It would have wound up in the bank safe right next to a certain GMT. And I thought, let's just keep the assets liquid, Austin, all right? But I wasn't done. I thought, well, you could get the new OP, get the new watch experience, but, you can get more watch for your money. What about a 16200? That's a date just. It's got the 3135 movement. The bezel. It's not a fluted bezel, it's engine turn bezel. I found a couple. I found a beautiful blue dial one. It was $5,000. No box, no papers. Beautifully polished or unpolished. The lines were all intact. It was a beautiful piece. And then I found a silver dial, and the silver dial had papers, and then it had 2 service cards. It was a P serial made in 2000. It was serviced in 2012 and 2019 through RSC. It was 5,000 USD as well. And I really hadn't ever bargained for a silver dial, but it was really legible. It grew on me, and saved it to my many websites to revisit, think about it. And here I am, I'm doing a little shopping today, and every now and then I'll kind of think about this Datejust and think, is that the way to happiness? Is that the way? And here's the whole point of this. It's only going to be temporary, okay? And I'll be paying $5,000 for a couple months of happiness and novelty. And after a while, I'll be back. And you know what? There's going to be a 6th Rolex on the horizon. Does it ever stop? It won't, unless you stop it. Now, here's the funniest thing about it. I'm wearing this watch right here. Now, do I like the 126000, the Kermit, the 16200 any more than this? I don't. I like them less. And it just goes to show you how you can have your dream watch, you can have a watch you like better, but on the other side, the grass will still look greener. These many different types of justifications. The idea that an engine turned bezel is going to bring me long-term horological peace is ridiculous, okay? Is nothing but a Band-Aid, a $5,000 Band-Aid. That'll come off in a couple of months, and I'll be right back to square one. The Hedonic treadmill will bring me right back to desire. And then what? Well, probably that OP after that. And once I get that OP, then what? Then the Kermit? All right, so what I'm saying is that this is a path you can go down merrily if you want. And I support anybody that wants to extend and expand and increase their collection. For me, I'm not really comfortable having so much capital tied up in objects, all right? And so for me, I want to be happy where I am. And I found that it is an ongoing battle. And you can achieve what I guess you could call horological enlightenment. Have I achieved it? Well, you achieve it in spells and spurts, and it comes and goes. And you have a moment of clarity when you're walking up the stairs to the shopping center and you think about that 16200 Datejust with the Jubilee bracelet, the engine turned bezel, it's a beautiful piece. And you think, but I don't like it more than what I have on my wrist. So how could it possibly bring me happiness? And then you come to your senses for a bit, and you realize that you're there. You do have this pang of desire, but it's stifled somewhat, and you carry on through another day. And that's the cycle that tends to repeat itself with me. And I've made a video about this, and I think it's probably one of my best videos, the downside of being a watch enthusiast and a collector. And I'll put a link in the description to that video. But when it comes to this hobby, you're either buying or selling or learning, but stasis or equilibrium in just being happy with your pieces is very hard to achieve, and it's an ongoing process. And it's not like regular enlightenment. When it hits you, you're there, okay? From what I understand, it comes and it goes, and you see moments of clarity. It's one of the reasons why I always say, go for your grails, okay? Go for your grails, because if you don't, your grails will haunt you. But if you go for your grails and you achieve your grails, well, you're going to realize something. You're going to realize, A, that your grails really aren't cracked up to be your grails after all, perhaps. Or you realize they are, but the psychology, the never-ending desire, you find yourself, looking at pieces that you shouldn't. You got your grails. Your grail's much better than this piece you're looking at. Why? I can't help but think about this time when I was living in Fukuoka. I was single, and I had the most beautiful girlfriend you could ever imagine. She was phenomenal. Her name was Shiho. And I don't know why, but we went to a club, right? And we were drinking. She went back to her apartment early. And I said, I'll come back. I'll come back. Give me an hour. I just want to drink more, hang out more, whatever. And I ended up meeting another girl. And I ended up going to her apartment and spending the night with this girl. This girl was short, pudgy. She was cute, but the idea that I would have gone home with her versus Shiho is insanity. But you know what? It was new. It was new. She was the 16200. And I could have just gone back to the 14060, but I didn't. And I think that was sort of certainly the first nail in that coffin right there. That was pretty unexplainable why I didn't show up that night. And anyway, but it just goes to show you why. I mean, I had a perfect situation. But we always want more. We get a bit greedy, and we want new things. We want exciting things. Step back, have a moment of clarity, enjoy what you have. It doesn't have to be great. If you have your grail, there's no excuse for you not to. But hopefully it gives it some perspective, and you can at least fight the desire another day and in your own small way achieve horological enlightenment. Afterward. All right, so it's a week later. My hair is a little shorter, but I still struggle. And what I expressed in that video was about a week of desires, all right? Now, since the video, have I been all right? Well, no, I've been hanging on to the wagon by about a fingernail. And, I came close to purchasing, well, I don't want to say purchasing, but I was seriously thinking about a 116710. I found one that was box papers, unpolished. It was in a different city. I could take the Shinkansen there, and I was actually thinking about doing that. What stopped me? Well, I like the BLNR just about as much, and this was 3,000 USD more than a brand new BLNR at retail. Now, can I get a BLNR? Well, not yet, but I'm holding on hope. And so the idea of spending 3,000 more for a used, discontinued, all black, it just didn't feel right to me. So I was able to resist. But my reason in telling you this is that, I do struggle on a weekly basis. And I don't talk about this on my videos because I don't want the channel to become, I almost got this, but I didn't. I almost got this, but I didn't. I almost, and fill in the Rolex model. I don't want it to become that. But I just wanted to make one video kind of to say that I go through this. Here's a little window into about 2 weeks of going through it and some of the models I went through it with. And hopefully you can relate. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time.